Hey everyone, welcome back to the Steel Donut Collective. My name is Blake, and with me today is Connor
Hello there.
and Yella.
Hello.
And
Okay.
today we're going to be reading not a full book, but a sample chapter on Amazon of a book. A pretty infamous book called The Impending Storm. It's the first book in the Imperium saga by Clifford Bauer, or Bowyer. I'm not sure how his last name is pronounced. Either way, this book is on TVTropes so bad it's horrible page for literature, and they actually went through and edited and removed a lot of stuff from that from back when I first saw it. But this has survived because it's indisputable how bad it is. This was published, I believe, in the 90s. We'll see on the copyright page. But what's interesting is it is technically not self-published. It's published by Silverleaf Books or something like that. Guess what? Silverleaf Books, they started their publishing company right when this book was released. This was the first book they released, and they are in the author's hometown.
Okay.
Now, I'm no conspiracy theorist, but one might think that maybe he started the company so that way it wouldn't be a self-published book and it would give it a little more credibility than it otherwise had. But, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't want to...
Allegedly.
yeah, very allegedly. I mean, well, you know what? Maybe those reviews. It's been a while since I've read even this little sample chapter. Maybe everyone's been too harsh. Maybe this is not completely unpublishable.
Words,
we'll
words
find out.
spoken right before disaster.
Yeah, the description. I'll actually read that first. I'll try to. Well, I don't know if I'll read the whole thing because it's as long as a chapter in a book.
What the heck? Yeah,
It's
this
so
is like
long.
a full plot summary.
From the first page, the impending storm grabs your attention with a vice-like grip and doesn't loosen it even after you finish the final paragraph.
Oh my gosh. I just want to be free.
Yeah, it's like Jim Carrey, in that movie with the number 23 or something.
It's been 10 years since I read that book and it's still
It will haunt you forever.
Yeah. This new fantasy thriller by first-time novelist Clifford B. Bowyer takes you on a mythic journey into a richly detailed world like none you have ever known.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's like no other fantasy book. I mean, it has elves and orcs and
when every
swords.
world in a fantasy book is like none you've ever known, then none of them are like none you've ever known.
Yeah.
Or something, whatever,
I know exactly what you mean. Follow the trials and tribulations of Warlord Braxis, Empress Carlina, and Madru Elf Kai as they seek to unravel a conspiracy that will impact the lives of the Seven Kingdoms forevermore. Wow.
What a
It's
fortuitous
like nothing
number.
I've ever heard of. The Seven Kingdoms.
Seven Kingdoms.
Like so fucking generic already.
Yeah.
It really does. Like this is fantasy.text.
It's fantasy.
This is like high fantasy
yeah.
text is what this is.
It is like just straight up boilerplate.
We have elf, we have
beginning.
guy, we have other person, we have multiple kingdoms, and we have a calamity. Yup, that's a high fantasy novel.
Yeah, we just
Is there a point where you can stop calling it fantasy if there's nothing original to it?
If nothing has been fantasized, that's a good question. Yes.
Yeah, this marks the bold beginning of the Imperium saga. The Majru elves, an ancient and noble civilization, have abandoned their homeland as an insatiable force swept the land and left only desolate destruction in their wake. An insatiable force in their wake. So so I guess they could mean like an army.
I think, yeah.
It's a very literal force. It's not an elemental force. It's literally just a bunch of people came and chased them off.
To be fair, I immediately read that as some sort of invaders, people, army, raiders stuff. So yeah.
Yeah. The few fortunate survivors look to the child of prophecy. Give me a fucking break.
Oh boy, a prophecy.
As their savior, a 12-year-old girl known to them as the Chosen One. Seriously?
What did her parents give her that name when she was born? Like what?
It's fucking unoriginal.
It turns out, actually, that this was the origin of all the tropes, and it was like so good that everyone copied it.
Yeah, everyone copied it. It's
like a John Carter kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly. A trio of volunteers. Kai. Yeah, that's a good point. They're always volunteers. Nobody paid Frodo.
No.
Right.
Poor shit.
Yeah, where's my adventurer's salary?
Yeah, exactly.
I
mean,
do need this to buy supplies and weapons.
Like, can I get like at least like a stipend, for traveling?
Yeah, please.
Whoa.
Traveling costs money. I need places to sleep. I need food to eat. I need equipment to do to do the difficult battles. I need my potions, potion seller.
Being an adventurer is just like a fantasy version of like the gig economy. Being a freelancer, you'll get paid along the way. Kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so a trio of volunteers, Kai, Arifos, and Rollista, is sent. A trio of volunteers is sent to the Seven Kingdoms to find and protect the child until she is old enough to fulfill her destiny. The Seven Kingdoms, better known as the Imperium, is beset by skirmishes with its dissatisfied citizens.
Okay.
A young Empress Carlina has recently claimed the throne after the assassination of her father. Though she craves peace and prosperity for the land, where all citizens are equals regardless of their station, their revolts have escalated to the brink of war.
Okay, so what is she doing about that?
Ruler Braxis, a defender of the Empress, finds himself thrust into battle after battle to preserve the Imperium. From the Dartian Plains, I love that name.
Darshan.
Oh, you think it's like Martian? You don't think it's Dartian?
Yeah, it's Darshan. I mean, that's clearly Darshan. Look at it. Look at the word that says Darshan.
The Darshan Plains.
The Darshan Plains is where the Darshans live.
Yeah, the Darshans.
Yeah, from the planet
Imperial
Darts.
Army confronts a legion of rebelling hunters to a three-headed reptilian creature that I know from TVTropes is called a Tragon, because it's a triple-headed dragon, so it's called
You could have just called it a fucking Hydra as well.
That's
what a Hydra is. It's a multi-headed reptilian creature.
This is the one time we need to be creative and invent a new name.
Even though the name itself is fucking uncreative as hell. Amazing.
To a shadow mage. Give me a break. Everything
shadow mage.
Stolen. Braxis must persevere or all may be lost. During his trials, Braxis will ally himself with the Magic Elf Kai, as well as other heroes of the realm. This is fucking big spoilers on this description.
Yeah, this is now where it's
literally just
it's just the wiki page. Like, do we need yeah.
He soon learns that the plight of the Imperium may have origins. A single tyrant, Zoldex. He sounds like a Chinese watch.
I am Zoldex and I will destroy you.
Yeah, I visited China once and I thought I bought a Rolex, but I accidentally bought a Zoldex. Whoops.
Damn.
You really gotta look and see when you're buying,
Yeah, So the thing you need to look out for is everybody knows that Rolexes have these little R's on them. That's what that's why it's called a Rolex. But a Zoldex, you'll see that it's been cleverly, ruselessly replaced with a Z.
Yeah, with a single Z. Now, this is just we'll just skip ahead. I want to read the last paragraph though. The impending storm marks the triumphant beginning of the Imperium saga, a captivating new fantasy world where action and adventure, magic and mystery come together to create a story of epic proportions.
You're really trying to sell
fascinating first volume. Bowyer has created a magnificent world that is adjective. That is powerful.
There are many
believable.
adjectives, yeah.
It is an enthralling tale that skillfully draws readers into an enchanting society of heroes and hooligans, magic and monsters.
It's the opposite of a hero, a hooligan.
Yeah. In this world, you have heroes, and then you have people who really like football.
Yeah.
Those are the two types of people in the.
As we know, those are all evil.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly.
So.
Oh man, soccersucks.net, rest in peace. It's a website from like back in the 2.0 days of the internet.
You know what? I have to say though, I have this strangest inkling that perhaps Bowyer, Mr. Clifford BB man, might have written this himself. I think I have a suspicion.
No, the editor wrote it, and he also edited it.
The editor,
I was gonna
Clifford
be like,
B. Bowyer.
I was gonna be like, how long into this initial chapter will it take for it to be obvious that this was written by the author?
Yeah, let's take a look. So we click on the preview, and it comes up, and that art looks weird.
Ugh, yeah, that looks.
Why?
Like from a distance, it looks okay, and then you see it up close, you're like, this looks really bad in a really hard to describe way. It looks like a lot of the art that's in. I don't know if I I want to have to say this, but in the Fatal rulebook,
Oh,
Or
boy.
just like DeviantArt.
it's just weird and off model. We can go scroll down the Impending Storm. It lists, he's written 1 million books, by the way. So you have the Fall of the Imperium trilogy, which is these 3 books. The Impending Storm, The Changing Tides, The Siege of Zoldex. And then Adventures of Kyria is like the Frasier. It like took off. Look how many
1,
there
2,
are.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Yeah,
Oh, no,
is-
or those 2, I suppose, are separate, just one-offs.
Yeah,
I
so
guess.
Silverleaf Books, Holliston, Massachusetts. Copyright
Okay.
2004, blah, 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 blah. First printing was 2003. I thought it was the 90s, but a little bit afterwards.
So this guy went and saw like Lord of the Rings in theaters. And
It was like,
was
well, I've
blown away.
never heard of this. That's exactly how another infamously bad fantasy book. This one actually published, but not really that much better. The Fifth Sorceress. That guy also had never seen anything fantasy before, and one time his wife bought him a Terry Goodkind book. Ooh. And he read that, and then he wrote a book. It's like, oh man, why does this happen? And then we have a cast of characters, which is really weird.
I don't care.
You don't
Yeah,
care
well,
about characters like Winton and Kyria and Fursang?
It's like one of those things where it's like, I'll get to care about them maybe if I actually see them in action and know who these people are. Like, right now they're just names.
It's different if it's like Game of Thrones where you need to have a character list because there's hundreds of characters. Like, there's lots of books that are like that. But like, look, this cast of characters is so short.
It's one
Anyway.
page. The single page.
It's got the same energy as a guy describing all his OCs, except this is obviously, not a fanfic, even though nothing in it's original.
Yeah,
Okay, The Impending Storm.
The Impending Storm. Prologue. The Forbidden Regions filled a vast portion of the sea with a misty atmosphere so thick one felt weighed down when trying to walk within its boundaries. These regions were famed and feared. Sailors the world over turned away rather than risking the dense fogs and uncharted dangers that could reside within.
Famed
tales were
and
told of
feared. You
ships.
could say they were infamous as well. That's just a
Yeah.
single word.
Infamered, yeah.
Infamered.
Tales were told of ships that had sailed in and were never heard from again. Certain catastrophe was widely accepted. Like, people were okay with
Everybody
it, I guess.
everybody just knows, if you go in there, 99 or, well, 99 is a bit high. 85% chance you're fucked. Like, that's an acceptable risk.
From the Madru elves, this venerable death trap had become their sanctuary, if not their home. Several years before, an evil plague swept the land, and those fortunate survivors... So it was
So it
not an
wasn't
army.
a force of not people. What?
And those
Okay.
fortunate survivors fled to the seas, seeking salvation in the unknown. Of a once proud race of elves, only a few hundred remained in hiding and seclusion. This island, which they hoped that they would not be at long enough to name, was fortunately large enough to sustain life after their fleeing vessels crashed into the rocky shores. Wow,
Okay, so we're an elvish race. We're running from something that's exterminating all of us. Let's specifically go into the regions of the ocean that are known to, like, people go into and don't come out. Like, what kind of fucking plan is that?
A good one,
Auto-genocide.
clearly. Clearly
Well,
it's
yeah,
a
they
good plan.
did-
It worked out.
Yeah, no, the plague took out 99% of us. Let me just drive our last remaining boats into the death zone. Just finish it up for him.
Yeah, just we were, this is honestly just needs to be. We need to start over. Existence here was harsh and at times unbearable. The elves unanimously decided they needed to find a way to go in search of a new home similar to the one that they were forced to leave behind. At the same time, they needed to find some way to oppose the evil plague if they were to come upon it once again. Fucking punch the plague to death.
Oppose the plague is weird phrasing.
To complete both tasks, the elders, for fuck's sake,
Capital
up with a
E
new
elders.
word.
That's when you know
Here-
they're serious.
Here's how fantasy works. Okay, look, most of the time the plot is the same, and that's fine. I love fantasy, but the way you add the new stuff is you come up with new names, new creatures, new rules, new magic systems and stuff. You can't just say the prophecy, the chosen one, the elders, the seven kingdoms. The same shit. Oh, whatever. The most magically attuned elves went into isolation and fasted while focusing on visions of the future. After several weeks of they come out and it's like that VeggieTales clip. It's like, in the future, comedy will be randomly generated.
Okay.
After several weeks of contemplation and self-imposed suffering, Eldir...
Eldir the Elder.
Man,
oh my god.
when creative people take on creative pursuits, uncreative people. Leader of the remaining...
the Elder.
Eldir the Elder, leader of the remaining Madru elves, gathered all around to speak of the Elder's revelations. The Madru elves strained to see their leader through the thick fog, but what they saw troubled them immensely. Is it really that bad all the time? You can't see anything?
I guess the air is just always like, you go outside, your clothes are now wet.
Yeah,
that's how thick the fog is.
Like 200% humidity.
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of almost as if it's raining, except the water isn't falling, it's just floating around you.
Wait, I love this. Eldir, once so strong and vibrant with life, looked frail and weak. His muscles were depleted, leaving nothing more than skin and bones. Literally,
I mean, he did not
no
eat
muscle.
for weeks, so I believe it.
Yeah, so now he's just skin and bones. Where once he had a rich shade of pink skin, like fucking Patrick Starfish. Now he's
they are
pale
elves.
and white.
They can have any skin tone, man.
Yeah. His gray hair flowed over his face and down his back in disarray. The only remaining aspect the people could cling to was the sheer determination and fire that remained in Eldir's eyes. Oh, classic Eldir. He stood before them and spoke softly. All around grew silent and strained to hear his words. Yella, if you will.
My fellow Madru, we have come upon unfortunate times that have led us here.
We know.
This avenue, this path, where once we saw happiness and prosperity, now we see only despair and hardship. Our livelihood and way of being are but a memory.
I thought you went to that cave to get revelations. We already know this.
These are all things that are known.
Hey man, he spent weeks thinking, but like didn't spend any of that time thinking up a speech.
Yeah.
So he's just like, my fellow people, as you all know, we're in a bad spot here.
It was the best of times.
Right now?
It was the worst of times. Eldir paused as he erupted into a fit of coughing. Slowly, he took several deep breaths and began again.
Yet our memories will motivate us to reunite our people, to find a new homeland, and to defend against our adversaries. What we were may seem to have been taken from us, but nothing can tarnish our will and spirit.
Oh my God. May seem to have been.
Yeah.
This is like the end of like a sports movie.
Everything may suck, but we must do something about that. And everybody's just like, yeah, we know. That's why you went into the... Okay, maybe the whole fasting thing was a mistake. It clearly affected things.
Let me back up. This guy who they've trusted to be like their leader or whatever goes into this like week-long ritual to try and figure out what to do. Weeks-long ritual. And pretty much his info, what he's saying right now is, we have to do something.
Yeah.
Like, we're gonna rebuild. I believe in you to figure that out.
This is a fluff speech. Several of the elves cheered and clapped in response to their leader's words.
Why? The elders have spent many long days and nights in isolation trying to clearly ascertain our future.
We know!
At long last, we have done so. And everybody's just yelling, get on with it!
Please! He paused, and then right then he drops dead of starvation right as he's about to get to the point.
Yeah.
And everybody's just like, well, we're fucked. Time to panic, everybody.
Yeah.
What you need to do is go!
He paused again as he looked around. Although he had difficulty seeing all of the elves, he knew they were listening closely.
Why are they so far away from each other?
I mean, the fog is that big, Connor.
It mentioned... No, hang on. I keep going back, but... The strain to see through the fog, like, yeah, just get closer.
Yeah.
There's barely any of you left.
Our future lies in a faraway land. A land that we have never known of before. A land which is beyond the forbidden regions.
Wow. What the fuck?
Well, really, your future is not in here.
So here's the thing. He was like, "Oh, D&D has a thing called Forgotten Realms. Well, let me just change a few letters. Forbidden Regions."
Jesus.
Also, this would be a great time for us to sing a rendition of Beyond the Mysterious Beyond, which is a classic banger from The Land Before Time. I think number 5, Stone of Cold Fire. I'm sorry.
You remember more than I do.
Well, here's the thing, Connor. You remember how you mentioned how you would read everything that Mongoose Lover read if you were ever sick?
Yeah.
I did have a cold a few months ago, so I had to do it for him. No, I'm kidding. I just remember everything, and I watched this as a kid.
And I know I'm being pedantic, but I love how that is basically, we just need to run even further away.
Yeah, basically.
So, beyond the forbidden regions.
One elf yelled out, "That's ludicrous. We crashed here when we even tried to get into the forbidden regions." Another chimed in.
Okay, so take off on the other side of the island.
Yeah, just make another boat.
How would we even get to this new land? We no longer have a boat.
Make a new
Screamed
one.
a third.
From something, I don't know. Hopefully there's trees. Listen, my people. Listen.
Eldir pleaded.
There is a new land.
Halo the new lands.
We have seen it clearly, yet we are unable to get there ourselves. That is not within our abilities.
This is literally the troll fic we wrote. Oh, our ship crashed. We have to go to the new lands.
We have to go to the new
There's
land.
no
How do we
way
get there? We can't. Like, that's what he's saying right now. How do we get there? We cannot. It's not within our capabilities to go
But we
there.
do need to go there.
We need
Yeah.
to, but we can't. It's a real head scratcher.
Then how can that be our future? Inquired a member of the crowd.
Very valid question. Let's be real. It can be our future because the future is clearly written. A trio.
Shut up.
A trio of Madru elves will be sent via a portal the elders will open for them.
What? You could just do that?
You can
A
just open portals
make
for
a bigger portal and just get everyone through it.
Yeah.
Pardon me, sir. Could we just warp everyone through that portal? Well, it's not written. I really don't care. I just don't want to be here anymore.
I just want. Can you just make a portal? Just hold it open until everybody's
Just write a new
through.
future, please, because right now the future sucks.
This future sucks. Like, only 3 of us? Like, what the fuck? And then what?
What's that line where it's like, some of you may die, but that is a small price I am willing to pay?
Yeah, that's forgot about that.
Really, really willing to, put your money where, or put other people's money where your mouth is.
Yeah,
what I'm trying to say.
That's the best way to do it.
This trio will be in search of a young child, a human female we have foreseen as being the savior of all. The chosen one.
I feel like you gave all of those details in exactly the wrong order.
Yeah.
Like, if I'm relying on your month-long meditation to tell us how to save, like, being completely wiped out, I sure as hell hope you would lead off with,
The solution.
like, we have discovered that there is a chosen one who will save us, and this is what we're going to do to facilitate that. Rather
Yeah.
than,
Actually, that's
like,
really good. That's really
before
good news,
I begin,
actually.
I want to just recap how we got here.
Fucked we are?
Our situation. Yeah.
Yeah, well,
Which
and
sucks,
the
by
thing
the way.
is,
Did you guys know our situation fucking blows?
Yeah.
yeah, and having a chosen one, that's actually really good news. Because that means you don't have to do anything. Chosen one does everything.
Oh, I mean, also the trio that you send has to do stuff,
but
apparently.
it's just 3 fucking schmucks. I'm not volunteering for that, so we're saved. Yay! We just have to wait.
Yay! We'll just have to be here still for who knows however long this takes.
Anybody want to pay Parcheesi?
Yeah. I'm. So you're telling me I can be stuck here on this shitty island, in a place that no one can get to, or you could portal me back to civilization.
where I'll need to do
I
some
take the second
tasks and
option.
shit, but I can be not here. So fucking sign me up. I'll find a child that will save us. Sure, whatever. I don't care. Get me through that damn portal.
You know, and not everybody has this, like, super duper racial loyalty. Like, even in, like, the human world, like, you know, some people would just be like, oh, they would get warped back as part of the trio and then just say, you know what, I don't really give a shit about those people. And just live the rest of their life.
You know what? I'm saved, and that's good enough for me. Goodbye.
Yeah, like, some people are just kind of nihilistic like that. So let's see. A human female. A tone of disbelief was clearly evident in the words. Oh, fucking thanks.
A human?
Thanks,
What?
Cliff.
But they only live for, like, what is it, 10 years or something? Like, they die super quick.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm assuming these elves live long times, because that's what elves always do.
Right, that's the stereotype.
Yeah. You know what? You're right. That's not fair of me to say. Oh, well. Yes, a human female. It's important that I say it like that for extra grossness. She has no knowledge of her future. Her power is locked within her. Without the success of the trio, she will never meet her destiny.
Three amigos, too.
The three banditos, amigos, cabrones, whatever else words you want to say. The three pals.
Oh my god, Steve Martin. I loved him in Cheaper by the Dozen.
Yeah.
And Three Amigos. How will the success of the trio get this girl to change?
Who's
Yeah,
talking
and who
about
will be
change?
trusted as the trio? Inquired another.
If you allow me to continue,
Jeez,
all shall be
passive-aggressive.
answered.
Oh my god.
The elders will have the trio go through a transformation. Each
What?
will then have the ability to unlock the potential within the chosen one. I am explaining the mechanics of the game. Like, that's literally how this feels.
It's just like when Dende or Krillin and Gohan had their potential unlocked, you know?
It's literally like, we are literally the only ones who can do this arbitrary thing. Just go have the elders go the girl and just unlock her potential yourself.
Yeah.
I don't know how this works because it's not clear.
Nothing is clear. She will then be a pure mystic, unlike anything this world has ever seen before. Before now, all the mystics were kind of half-baked. Honestly, it's amazing they even dare call themselves mystics.
They really put the miss in mystic.
Yeah, they can only miss. When trained, she will have the ability to save us all. Even to take all of us to her world. Whatever the fuck that means.
Is this like Digimon or something? Like it's
Are
literally
we-
like another dimension?
Do we need to go into the computer? Do we need to go into the computer or out of the computer?
Sounds like that. I thought they'd just like teleport to a different part of the world, but maybe it is like
Clearly a different
dimensions
dimension,
thing.
yeah.
Yeah. Maybe we can work together.
Yeah.
Eldir looked around, waiting to be interrupted again. Jeez, he's so passive-aggressive.
He is also just such a dick. Just straight up.
Does anyone else have something they want to say? Some
Anyone
stupid
else
thing
want
I
to
don't care
interrupt
about?
my important announcement that I've worked hard on for the past few weeks? I didn't eat. I am hungry as fuck.
He could tell his people were on edge and scared of what had happened and what might happen. Great. He had seen much over his 924 years, and he
there we
patiently
go.
allowed them to interrupt. Still, seeing them listen when he asked them to, a tear formed in his left eye.
God.
Wow, low fucking standards.
One small tear.
That's all I asked for. The youth to give me some damn respect.
RESPECT. Tell me what it
finally
means to me.
And you see, Yella, when I said that's the stereotype, I wasn't backing on you. I was saying, since that's the stereotype, that's how it will work in this
Because
world.
good old Cliffy, he really is a very traditional writer. He likes to stick with how it always was.
Yeah.
This girl also holds the key to defeating the horde which displaced us. So
Are they a plague?
Is
or
it a
are
plague or a people?
See,
Those are two very different things.
I was thinking when it just said plague before, but didn't expand on that, you use plague as an offhand for things like a plague of locusts,
Mm-hmm. But now it's apparently they call a group of raiders
of
or something
that were killing us.
Plague. Yeah.
This last comic garnished a gasp from many and shrugs of doubt from others.
Garnished a gasp is so amazing.
He wrote that and was like, I am such a writer.
The beautiful alliteration.
And then listen to this shit.
We have not selected the trio. We have some people in mind, but would like volunteers who truly believe and wish to see our people living in harmony once more.
Harmony with what?
I think if you really need to put together 3 people to be in charge of basically saving the world, because they're going to make it so that the girl who can save the world can do so, you should be able to vet who those 3 are.
Yeah. Also, like, you're talking about, like, harmony, like, how did you guys even survive as a race? You're so, like, discordant. It made you cry that people even listened to you, and you're the leader!
Yeah.
You guys are a fucking mess!
The transformation so that one can unlock the girl's potential is not an easy one. The 3 will go through many changes. Only the truest of soul and heart will be able to complete this task.
Oh, never heard of that. Oh, you must be pure of heart to pass the test. Oh, yeah. For fuck's sake.
Yeah. I just really love that he is like, okay, so we have some people in mind. We want volunteers. Also, there is considerable risk.
Yeah, I'm imagining... What, are you thinking you're going to get the one edge case where someone's going to volunteer that you did not have in mind, but once they volunteer, you think about them more and go like, oh, you know what? Actually, they are probably, like, really pure of heart and soul.
God.
If you need a volunteer, then I am at your service. Arifos approached Eldir with cheers from the crowd, chanting his name.
Jesus
and then he
Christ.
fucking suplexed Eldir through a table.
Woo, Arifos, yeah, kick his ass.
There is none braver or stronger than Arifoth.
Who
also refers to himself in the third person.
I sometimes do that, but not all the time.
Sometimes. He had been a famed manager for 3 centuries as both a hunter and warrior. And Alpha was noble, honorable, and compassionate. He had dark pink skin. Why pink? And braided silver
pink is
hair
a good color, man.
With braided silver hair with light blue strands. They're just anime is what they are.
Silver with light blue.
Pink skin, silver, and light blue hair. They're anime as fuck.
Yeah.
So pink skin, yeah. He carried a bow and 2 lightweight, handcrafted swords wherever he traveled.
As opposed to machine crafted, I suppose. As opposed to factory made.
Arifos was considered an expert in physical weapons, but also possessed a strong affinity toward combative magic. It's just a fucking character sheet. Both offensive and defensive.
The only thing it's missing are the exact numbers.
Yeah. For Arifos, sitting on this island was like being in a prison. This quest was exactly what he needed to feel he was an asset.
It is like that because it is like that. You're
what is
trapped
that
on this
motivation?
Yeah,
and he was helping his people. Against the Horde, he was the only manager who managed to battle valiantly and claim minor victories. Well, you guys really do suck. No one else beat anyone.
I mean, depending on what this Horde is made of, maybe that is very amazing. Who knows?
Well, then who are the other 2 people who are going to be good enough to help out?
I mean, they're going to be good. I mean, there's the keyword, Blake. You said it yourself. Good enough.
Well, this is the strong, good at combat man. So there needs to be a hot, sexy chick and probably a short guy for comedic relief.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, the Aragorn, Legolas, Gimli. Except again, hot chick.
No. I mean, Gimli is a pretty hot chick. Let's be real.
You're right.
It was the only manager. He was also primarily responsible for the survival of this segment of elves. One of the only fucking elves left. So
okay, they make this guy sound, like I don't want to say good, but you know what I mean, like, competent, like, loyal, whatever. And then the thing of just like, I'm sitting around on this island and I'm so bored, I need to go on an adventure. Like, that seems out of place.
Yeah.
Eldir smiled at his people's champion. He's fucking Paul Wall.
He better have been on your short list already, that's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Oh no, he was. Look what Eldir says.
Oh.
Excellent, Araphos. You are naturally one of the people we anticipated going on this journey. We need 2 more now.
Oh my god,
I've been
this is so
put in my
stupid.
place.
Okay,
I'm
now,
not a published author.
I mean, to be fair, so Connor, you said, we have strong warrior man.
Strong
now,
man, so we need...
Now we need magical...
lean-
Now we need magic woman.
We have strength, so we need dexterity character. And
magic character.
And short comedic relief.
Yeah. So in reply to the request for a second champion, Relista, a powerful female mystic, rose above the crowd and floated toward Eldir. Relista spent much of her 6 centuries learning the ways
Fuck
of...
you.
Yeah.
Float on, bitch. Stay cramped.
Just take a pee on everyone, because they're down there and you're up there. You're looking for...
Oh, you think you're so high and mighty? You think you're above us all?
I mean, I literally am, because I'm a wizard.
Relista spent much of her 6 centuries learning the ways of magic and developing her powers so acutely that the mystical arts accompanied her as easily and normally as clothing. I don't even want to know how this shitty magic system works. With age taking its toll, Relista's pink hide had begun to fade. No, not as much as Eldir's.
What?
Also, it's an inversion.
What?
You were expecting sexy
woman. We have
woman.
old lady.
We have a crone. We have a fucking crone.
Oh, dude. To be fair, I would love crone. I would love to have a crone in any adventuring party. You need a sassy grandma with magic in any party. Is what you need.
Yeah, I always thought that Medea was what was missing from the Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, but genuinely.
I mean, I know. I would watch it. Are you kidding me?
Yeah,
Tom
dude.
Bombadil
What the fuck?
and Medea adventures.
Hell yeah.
They just go around trolling everyone. Oh, and of course, it's like what Medea movie had Larry the Cable Guy? He could be Tom Bombadil. Oh my, this is just writing itself.
Oh, dude, Tom Bombadil.
Played by Larry the Cable Guy, yeah. So yeah, her pink hide fared. Her hair had not yet lost any of the vibrancy of her youth and was still a reddish brown. Without ever touching the ground, she turned and remained afloat. Remained afloat kind of implies. Yeah, that kind of implies not touching the ground anyway. Next to Araphos. When she spoke, the words were not loud, but every elf present heard her as if she was directly in front of them. Could have used that earlier.
I, too, shall join this expedition.
Eldir nodded his assent at his longtime friend. The elders should have known she would volunteer, but had not really considered her as an option. Oh my god, Connor, it happened! It happened, the edge case!
Yeah, this is why they presented it.
Yeah. I now like this character.
Still, as a powerful mage, he could hardly think of anyone more suited to go on this imperative mission.
Then why was she not on your fucking list?
You guys just suck. You're the worst elders ever.
Do we have a third volunteer to join with these 2 legends of our people?
Man, I hope someday I can be a legend of my people.
Yeah.
God.
The third... Yeah, I'll be the king of, the HOA or whatever.
Yeah.
The third volunteer stepped forward, full of confidence and poise.
Oh.
Fucking really? The light pink pigmentation of the skin, yes, we get it, they're pink, portrayed the youth of the volunteer.
Oh, how so?
Weird.
Please, explain.
English is a 4th language.
Please explain how this portrays the youth.
Kai had in fact not yet reached her 100th birthday.
Oh, how young.
Like all Madru elves, her skin pigmentation will continue to darken with age before lightening again in the elder years.
Thank you for exposition.
Shut up.
Her hair was a slightly darker shade of crimson and flowed down to her shoulders. As she spoke, none would suspect that she was useful. As she spoke, none would suspect she was youthful and full of innocence. The experiences of the past few years had a way of aging everyone quickly.
She's got the sexy red hair. We can get Felicia Day to play her, and she doesn't even need a wig. I guess I'll do this. It would be my honor to help restore our people to our former glory.
Did you have a former glory? You guys sound... like the worst
I
elves.
mean, listen, when in peacetime and there was zero conflict, everything was hunky-dory. But
when
then
there were no
they
problems,
were attacked.
we had no
Yes.
problems.
We had no problems, but then then this plague, this horde occurred, and now we were, and then
That's
we were
how
fucked.
fantasy works. We have had no problems until we have all the problems.
You know,
All
what?
the problems.
we had our beautiful idyllic life until calamity.
Yeah, that's true. Fantasy is never like real life. There's never like, like never-ending war in the Middle East situation. That never happens in fantasy. It's either completely peaceful or the whole world's about to end.
Right.
Yeah, no in between.
know?
No
in between.
localized problems. It's either a global problem or global peace.
That's why I've read fantasy books that like try to do more realistic like politics and stuff, and it's always super interesting. It's way more interesting than the whole world's gonna end.
Or it's like a total subvert of all of that, where the author just jerks off the whole time, and you're like, I don't want to read this either.
Yeah. You don't want like a total subversion or anything, but like Weiss and Hickman had an underappreciated trilogy called the Sovereign Stone trilogy. It really needed one more book because like things got kind of rushed at the third book, but really interesting. Lots of small things happening, and not like a real end of the world scenario. Which is really good. I would recommend that, the Sovereign Stone trilogy. Let's see. Back to this wonderful book, though. The elders had suspected Kai would volunteer despite her youth. Although she had, send the old first. Although she had no mystical abilities of her own, she was well versed and skilled in the theory of magical abilities. It's a literal, well, I don't have any experience, but I've read a lot about
nerd.
it. And I've taken a lot of classes, and
I'm a real
she's a
go-getter.
nerd.
Yeah.
yeah. And I have a lot of adjacent experience.
We have
so
our
no,
experienced nerd and our new nerd.
I'm hip and down with it.
Yeah.
As I'm sure all the other young, only 100-year-old humans, I could totally connect with them.
So she also worked hard to make up for her lack of powers by increasing her flexibility, dexterity, motion, and speed.
my
Okay, so we
God.
literally have our
Stats.
fucking warrior, our mage, and our rogue.
Writing. She was acrobatic and possessed intricate knowledge of various strategies of physical hand-to-hand combat.
Oh, dude, she's versed in CQC.
Again, what is this like English as a second language thing? She was like that. That's just phrased so strangely. Possessed knowledge of various strategies of physical hand-to-hand combat.
As opposed to
when you-
non-physical.
When you try to sound smart, but
And
aren't.
but aren't. Yeah, that's all we have to say. Eldir paused as Kai approached the other two volunteers.
Our trio has been assembled. From now on, they shall be referred to as the Triad. May fables and legends be written in their honor for years to come.
He then gestured for the Triad to go to the isolation area where the elders convened. After they nodded and turned to leave, he addressed the crowd once more.
We shall now transform them so that they can unleash the powers within the child. These three will be the keys to our salvation.
With the conclusion of his words, the crowd erupted in cheers again, chanting,
Hey,
To the
cheers,
Triad.
"Hey, cheers, hey!"
to the Triad, yeah.
A young elf walked over to Eldir and assisted him as he made his way back to rejoin the elders in the Triad.
Are you ready for your journey to begin?
Press start. In one voice, the three responded with a confident, Yes.
No, it's just one voice, so
All right, it's one
I don't know.
voice.
Blake can do it for all three of us.
Yeah, fair. Very well. This process of transformation will be like a light flowing over you. I'm painting a visual here. It will happen very quickly, and when done, you will not feel any differently.
I thought you said there'd be drastic changes and it would be dangerous.
However, you will have the ability to find the chosen one and unlock her potential.
Yeah, but you said it would be like really bad, but it's not.
El-
We're just trying to scare away the scrubs? Like,
Eldir the Elder, I still have no idea what this transformation actually is. Can you please
It
explain
will
it?
be like a light flowing. I went over this just now.
How am I
See,
going to get transformed?
Don't
But
worry about it.
You see, it sounds to me like he made it sound really dangerous and scary. So, I mean, people who were like scrubs who would be like, oh man, I'm going to use this as my
I
opportunity.
don't
would be
need you
scared off.
pointing out my psychological handiwork.
Yeah.
It worked, didn't it?
At the close of Eldir's words, the elders all join hands and close their eyes.
Oh, dude,
The
they're doing a
triad-
little circle.
Kumbaya.
With how close Eldir is to Elder there, this author had to have done that intentionally.
Had to,
Oh,
yeah.
Like, had to have done that and thought he was smart. Like,
Eldir the Elder.
I wonder how many people will note. The answer is everybody.
Everyone.
Everybody
every single
fucking
person.
noticed.
It's like instead of having Bob the Builder, you have Bill the Builder.
Yeah, Bill the Builder.
The triad looked around, then felt a burning sensation deep within themselves.
Oh.
Ah, no, hot. Ah, my soul's burning. Ah, that feels bad.
Yes, the limp biscuit is part of the transformation.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
Although, come together right now over me.
Whoa.
Although Eldir mentioned it would be painless, the trio felt as if their insides were on fire.
Did he say it was painless? I don't remember that. He might have.
Eldir is kind of shady. He's like, I don't know.
I don't
It's
trust
very
Eldir.
dangerous, but it will be painless too. Trust me.
Light erupted from the pores of their skin, mouths, and eyes.
My God.
Yeah.
At least money didn't shoot out of them.
Yeah.
You know
Those that shall repent thy sins.
Like, I can accept fucking light out of the mouth and the eyes and all that, that's whatever. But light erupting from their pores just... Because that means that it erupts from almost everywhere, let's be real.
Yeah, they just glow.
They just
Yeah, they
fucking glow, yeah. That or these are like very tiny pinpricks of light, like little lasers just coming out everywhere.
Yeah, they're like light porcupines.
Oh,
Then
no.
as quickly as it began, it was over. The trio collapsed to the ground and struggled to rise and regain their footing.
Is everyone all right?
Eldir questioned.
I
Eriphos
hope I
looked at his
didn't
two
fuck
companions
this up.
and answered for the group. But a little price to pay for the salvation of our people. We are fine.
Excellent. Now we will open up a portal for each of you to go to the land that we spoke of. This land will present new challenges and obstacles that will
Does
get
this
in
land
your
have a
way.
name, sir?
This land is
Welcome.
DLC.
Welcome to Level Select.
Yeah.
You must overcome them and remain focused on your true mission. Do not get distracted by side quests, please.
Yeah, I was thinking that.
Each of you will start off alone, so we will start with character select, actually. Hopefully to expand the search area. Yet you all will be in the same land mass, a
Holy
continent,
shit.
Does
if
it have
you
a
will.
fucking
Holy
name?
shit, shut up. Well, you're literally describing the rules of a game here.
Yeah. All three nodded yes to Eldir's query.
I didn't say, do you all understand? So, there's that. Excellent. The future of our people, and quite possibly the world, is in your hands. Be brave, be strong, and be successful. Or don't come back. Don't show your fucking face again. If you do not succeed here, do not fail. You understand me? I am Eldir the Elder, and I command respect.
Oh my God, he's going
Don't
off
come
the deep
around
end.
here no more. As the three adventurers watched the elders, a slice in the fabric of reality opened beneath each of them. Wow, in the fabric of reality. Fucking great. And slowly moved up their bodies. Below the slice, the elders could no longer see the trio's legs.
What?
As
Like,
the
it's
slice.
a sci-fi teleport, but as a fantasy version?
It's a little
Weird. I can say I've never seen that before, because that is pretty stupid.
Why didn't they just open a portal that is like fucking, vertical so that you can walk into it?
Because then the three could just go through the same one and be together in the first place.
Yeah, instead it's like
Yes.
this weird tear. It's like they're being unbirthed into the reality.
It's kind of like they're, I don't know.
Wow. Time out. Yella, can we appreciate those words?
I mean, I am...
Unbirthed into the reality Gina. That sounds like one of those like black metal albums or something. That's all.
Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe.
Oh, that is really good.
That's Clifford Bauer's amazing writing. So below the slice, hey, I have a slice. The elders could no longer see the trio's legs. As the slice slowly moved up, more and more of the three disappeared until they were finally all were gone, and the slice dissipated as well.
Like,
Stop saying the slice.
I understand the fucking visual
I
he
need
is
to finish
going
this
for.
chapter so I can go get pizza. I'm so hungry.
I need a slice.
I get the visual he's going for. I feel like it could have been described way better than this.
Yeah, that will stand the test of time.
Honestly, the visual isn't even bad. I think the visual is fine. It's just described horrendously.
Yeah. Eldir closed his eyes as the exertion from the elders' combined effort sapped him of most of his strength, and spoke softly to his colleagues.
Our future now lies solely with them. There is nothing more we can do but wait and hope.
So I told you, that chosen one takes the strain off the rest of us.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's...
and this...
we all just have to live here in this foggy shit island
Fogging hellhole.
the rest of our lives and potentially a bunch of our children's lives. I don't know how long this is going to take.
I mean, to be fair,
probably
they are
not that long if it is a human who is the chosen one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Presumably within a human lifetime, which is less than 100 years. We'll be fine.
Yeah, I guess that's also a thing. Like, if you do live 1,000 years, what's like 5 years? That's a lot less time to you than it is for someone to, for a human to spend 5 years doing something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. All right, so that was the prologue of this book, The Impending Storm. We'll also be reading chapter 1 of it, which is also in the Amazon sample. So, thank you, and join us then.
Thanks for watching. Our Patreon changed to just having a single $1 tier, so all those folks are listed on screen. The main reward is getting extra consideration for getting pulled in to voice characters in Fate, the huge series we're running as long-form streams. If this is all news to you, go watch the announcement video we have as the featured video for subscribers on our channel page. Take care, get vaccinated, and have a great day.